Celebrating Nigeria under 18 handball team there. They were able to conquer over there in Abidjan, Cote d'Ivoire, as they call it, at least won their competition. IHF Continental phase where they won their encounter against Guinea. Welcome you on the show, 360 Sport. On Trust TV, Adeni Ajishafe, just to celebrate them. It seems that the women are really carrying Nigeria right now. Looking at the Tigress, Super Falcon, under 18 and board team, and a host a lot of others who are also doing well in sport. Congrats on Nigerian women in sport. We have to celebrate them, and just to let you have a feel of how the ladies celebrated there. Well, we look at the first story. Nigeria under 18 women handball team lift IHF African Continental Trophy, qualify for Intercontinental phase. Congrats to the team. Like I said, they won the African phase there as they were able to win 33-18 against Guinea. Congrats to Team Nigeria. And right now, they are really celebrating for the fact that they were able to conquer all the teams they faced in that competition. Congrats to Team Nigeria under 18 and ball team who really did us proud in Cote d'Ivoire. Joining us to talk sport this hour is Isaac Omidiji from Niger State. Good to have you on the show, Isaac. Okay, while we're waiting for Isaac to join us. Okay, Isaac can hear us. Let's continue with you. Our ladies, they just won the competition there in Cote d'Ivoire. I'm sure the ladies are really making us proud. How do you see this?
Yes, it's the time for the ladies to shine, and they're shining very well. And I'm so happy that this is starting from a very young age, under 18. And if you look at those ladies, they are truly young. So the spirit of Catch Them Young, the policy of Catch Them Young is working very well with the Handball Federation. And looking at the way they dispatched the Rwanda Force before dispatching Guinea, you know that, yes, these girls are good. And with all this, we must do everything possible to sustain this kind of team and ensure that they are not allowed to decamp. What I mean, decamp, they can go to their various houses, their various clubs, but they must always be brought together once in a while to ensure that they continue to monitor their progress. Because when you catch them young, you continue to develop them for us to have what it takes to be winners at the senior level. And you know, handball is one of those sports that we give a lot of priority to in Nigeria, which is very unfortunate, but we need to change that mentality now.
Seriously, we need to change our mentality. Our ladies are really doing us proud. Like you mentioned, really the girls need to be given the opportunity to grow from under 18 to the senior level. But now, have you noticed, it seems that the women are really doing so well in sport?
Yes, and I've been trying to think, is there a policy framework towards that? I don't think so, because we're not good with implementing policy framework towards sport development. No, we're not good at that level. But I think it's just their time. And they are trying to prove a point that we have so much given their male counterparts, you know, so much attention, so much focus, yet no results. Now this is their time. The Tigers did it. Super Falcons did it, even though they crashed out at the second round. But to have even gotten there and the kind of display they put in alone makes them just to be satisfied with them. Now we're talking about women under 18 handball tournaments again. So this is something that shows that we must also do more for our female athletes, either in what sports, volleyball, handball, cycling, basketball, whatsoever. Let us give them good attention. And good attention starts from good remuneration. There should not be discrepancy between what you pay the male athletes or the male handball player, the male footballer, and from what you are paying the female counterpart. They have given us more medals, even in athletics. They've brought more glory to the country. When was the last time Nigeria, despite qualified for the second round of the World Cup? When was the last time we lifted the African Cup of Nations? 2013. How many times have we lifted it compared to what the Super Falcons have done? And even at the age grade, under 17 or 20, the ladies, the Falconets and the Flamingos have always done very well, consistently. So if we have consistent development and passion from these ladies, let us also have a remuneration and a motivation that will be commensurate to what they're giving us. Presently, we're not doing them well.
Well, good one there. At least the ladies are making us proud, and we are so happy for them doing so well in every competition right now. The Nigerian women, we celebrate you. And now, Isaac, thank you for that. Now, let's quickly cross over to basketball as Lagos will be agog tonight. It's starting the pre-Olympic qualifiers will be coming up tonight among 6 teams. It will no longer be 8 because Uganda and Congo, they've opted out of this competition. But pre-Olympic qualifier, the Tigers battle Senegal in Lagos. Starting by tonight. Well, this game, at least a lot of Nigerians want to see our men doing well, even though we know our basketball has been a bit of issue that has to do with basketball there. But right now, our boys are getting ready, or maybe the men, they are ready, getting ready to face Senegal tonight. Do you think we can win this game against Senegal?
Well, looking at how far we have come, looking for this particular pre-Olympic qualification, and looking at the controversies that have been trailing the Basketball Federation and every other thing, the Tigers are currently down. They need to up their game. And though we are number 1 in Africa, ranked 19th in the world, followed by Senegal, followed by Tunisia. So we are playing the immediate country after us on the continent of Africa in the rankings. So it's going to be very tough. I know the continent, Senegal has always given us problem. Angola has always given us problem. Tunisia has always given us problem. But this time around, the Tigers must rise to the occasion. The ladies have done it. So it's putting more responsibility on them and putting a pressure on them that they must also perform. Gone are those days when we were taking on Senegal, I will have more confidence. Presently, I'm not. They need to boost the confidence of people like me with a major victory over Senegal. No matter the victory, let that be a victory. And it's very important. After that, tomorrow we'll be playing Mali. I know Mali is ranked 12th in Africa, but they are also a good side. You don't underrate anybody in a pre-qualification because this is the only way you can make it, one of the ways you can make it to the Olympic Games come 2024.
Well, hopefully they will bounce out. At least they will play well against Senegal tonight by 6 p.m. Nigerian time. They will find out the Cote Convention Center there where they play the game for the pre-Olympic qualifier. Let's look at the team. Well, 12 players have been marked for this competition by the MBBF. Looking at them, Chimezie Meto is there, EJ Anosuke, Daniel Utomi, Ike Nduba, Worth Alatishe. You have Godwin Omenaka, Michael Eric, UC Uruegbu, Victor Eze, Koinsola Odufua, Ibe Agu, Michael Daramola, Michael Okiki. You have Mike Nuga. I also have Kadurichi Akobundu Ehiogo. Those are the players that will be flying Nigerian flag high tonight by 6 p.m. 12 of them, and hopefully they can defeat Senegal because we know Senegal will be coming with a big one, considering the fact that we defeated their women at the Afro Basket Women Competition. So they want to come up with a big fight, but it's possible that our team, the Tigers, will make us proud, despite the fact that they are beat down, but they can up their antics in this game. Now, we move away from basketball. I was just giving you an update concerning that. Let's talk about the man of the moment. Yes, Anthony Olufemi Joshua. Right now, was able to have this fight easy, although it was a tough one, getting to round 7 before he knocked out Robert Helenius in what they called Nordic Nightmare in that fight that took place at O2 Arena right there in England. That was a tough one. After 3 years, he has been able to at least, he has gotten his groove back by being able to knock out first opponent after 3 years. Good one for Anthony Joshua, and this particular fight, this win rather, will give him the chance to see if he can try it out against Deontay Wilder. Deontay Wilder did it first against Helenius just within 3 minutes. Within 3 minutes, he knocked down Helenius, and for Olufemi Joshua, that's Anthony Joshua, the one they call AJ, it took him several rounds before he could get him knocked out, but at least he did it, and at least there are people that love him really celebrating the fact that he was able to win that game. Isaac, looking at this fight, before the fight, tell me, your heart, was he panting or what?
It was actually not panting, but if it was Deontay Wilder, Tyson Fury, Alexander Usyk, then I would not have even given Anthony Joshua a chance, considering the Anthony Joshua we've seen in the last 3 years. Now, this is an Helenius that doesn't stand head to head, chest to chest, pound to pound with Anthony Joshua. And it took him, the 7th round for him to knock him out. Yes, there is no straight way of doing it. It's either you knock him right or you beat him. And he has knocked him out. However, if you will see the reactions from the fans, most of the fans that came were already walking out. Some already left because they expected that this bout should have ended since, because that was the AJ we knew. Unfortunately, we are not seeing that AJ we knew. We are seeing a new AJ now. And the manager at Aaron told us that we might even be seeing this consistently, that his plans and style has changed. I don't know why. I don't know who advised him to do that. But if he still has that power of knocking out boxers, I expect him to have done that probably in the first, second round, and let's get everybody go and rest. Because Helenius is not just a match for Joshua. Probably Joshua is not trying to put much into this because he knows that it's not a non-title, it's a non-title fight, and it's a preparatory one for the bigger stage. And that bigger stage will be coming up next year, either Deontay Wilder, most likely, or probably we'll see Tyson Fury. And those are the fights he wants to get into because he wants to get back to his feet and become the world champion again. So kudos to him. This will be a morale booster to him. If this is the style he wants to go with, he should know that he will be ready to make sure that he will be able to defend himself against the punches of Deontay Wilder or Tyson Fury. But kudos to AJ. To have won it is a good one. It's a motivating factor. If he has lost out, that will be very, very bad for his career.
It's good that he got his groove back, but getting to round 7 before he could knock out Helenius, a big one there, because the man he will be facing in January, precisely, let's say January 2024, Deontay Wilder. Well, from the way it is, Deontay Wilder knocked the same person out within 3 minutes of their encounter. And now, if AJ is to fight against Deontay, that would be a big one for him to actually cross over.
Very big, Adeniji, because Deontay also released to have Anthony in mind. Let me put it that way. In the Nigeria Palace, he's still for mind. Even though Anthony is also ready to give everything against Deontay. So he must continue to up his game. That is it. He must change his pattern. He must be ready. He must know that Deontay can take him out under 3-5 minutes. So if you want to look at it with what happened against Helenius, you might say, okay, Anthony will not stand a chance against Deontay Wilder. So, but let's see if this is trying to form a kind of play, not show what he can do really to Deontay now, so that Deontay will not prepare for him. But whatever it is, Anthony must up his game. He is not that Anthony we knew 3-4 years ago. But kudos to him again. Out of 29 bouts, he has won 26. He has lost 3 defeats. So kudos to him. And this is just the first knockout in 3 years for Anthony. He must continue to up his game and continue to train better.
Well, someone actually said maybe AJ should get some handout from Tyson Fury. How he was able to defeat Deontay Wilder twice. Even though they met 3 times, the one was a draw, and then twice he knocked him out. Or rather, he defeated him. Someone will say, okay, you should just get Tyson Fury to give him that particular power or style or technique that he used to defeat Deontay Wilder. How do you see that, sir?
Well, I know Tyson Fury will not do that. He's also not a good fan of Anthony. I know that Anthony beating Deontay Wilder also, we also put a question mark on him because there might still be another bout between Tyson Fury and Anthony. So he will not want Anthony to achieve what he has achieved because this is a competition, and he will also rather be helping Deontay to beat Anthony because it's more of an American-British thing, and knowing that Anthony is a Briton, he will also want to see that he knocked out the American. But instead of getting an handout, let him watch Tyson Fury do it. Let him train harder. He did it in the ring. He can also do it. It's not beyond them. The Anthony we knew can do it.
Okay, good one there. Really, Anthony Joshua needs to up his game if he's to fight against Deontay Wilder next after defeating Robert Helenius in that 7-round knockout at the O2 Arena. We've been with Isaac Omidiji, who has been giving us those analysis. And now let's cross over to soccer. That's one called football. Well, matches were played over the weekend. The football is back over there in Europe. I have to look at the big one, Chelsea-Liverpool. A lot of matches were played. Well, Chelsea-Liverpool played 1-1 draw there, sharing the sport. It was a fantastic performance from the two teams. Brentford, Tottenham Hotspur also played 2-2. Newcastle, they walloped Aston Villa 5-1. You have Sheffield United losing out against Crystal Palace. Fulham, without Calvin Bassey, against Everton. They won that game. Brighton 4-1 against Luton Town. You have Bournemouth 1-1 against West Ham. Nottingham Forest, where Olaino is now playing. They got a goal, caught seal of Taiwo Awoniyi, even though they lost 2-1 against Arsenal, the Gunners. Manchester City on rampage against Burnley to herald the league, where robotic striker Erling Haaland scored a brace there. Well, for the weekend, a lot of matches were played, just giving highlight there. Now, Isaac, you saw those games. I'm sure you saw at least, if not for anyone, Liverpool-Chelsea. Let's actually dwell on that. That game was the biggest during the weekend, and you saw games being disallowed, goals rather being disallowed, and also the performance of both teams. The two teams, how would you rate them? Hello, Isaac, are you there?
It's still very early this season, but we consider what happened. Can you hear me?
Yes. Go ahead.
Okay, good. It's still early in the season. However, looking at where both clubs ended last season, the performances they put into play, which was very poor in the part of Chelsea, very inconsistent on the part of Liverpool, I would say we saw an improved Chelsea yesterday. Yes, an improved Chelsea, but Chelsea will still struggle with one thing, and that will be goal scoring. That will be goal scoring. They need to get an attacker who can punch in goals. Unfortunately, Christopher Nkunku is injured and will be out for 16 weeks. How far can Chelsea go without a point man who can get them at least 20 goals a season? Yes, Jackson is good, but I think he's still young and he's still struggling to impress. They are getting Brighton, Caicedo, but the question is, why don't spend that kind of money on a world-class striker and get him instead of another midfielder?
What kind of class striker do you think Chelsea can go for now? Even though
but we've seen improvement in them.
Omidiji, what kind of class of, what class striker do you think they can go for? I'm talking about Chelsea now.
Well, I think I know that it will be very difficult to get Harry Kane, considering how serious Daniel Levy is with not selling attackers to the likes of his opponents in the Premier League, especially those in London. It's very difficult to do deals with Tottenham. However, a certain Mpampe is currently, nowhere. Yes, he has been reintegrated back into the PSG team. But if getting him on loan for this season, because we all know that Mpampe will be leaving for Madrid next season. If getting him on loan, I think Chelsea would be like a better place for him to play. He doesn't want to sit on the bench for PSG, and PSG doesn't want him to play if not signing a contract extension. So why not catch on such, situation and get Mbappe on loan for this season while working out to see, okay, if we can get another striker for the next season. Because as it stands now, you need to score goals in the EPL to guarantee you of winning the title. Man City are doing well, not just because they have a very formidable team, but they have strikers who can score goals. They have midfielders who can score goals and who are doing it week in, week out. So Chelsea really need to get that kind of striker that is very prolific. As it stands now, Chelsea will not win the EPL because of the caliber of players they have going forward. And it will be difficult for them to also impress a lot. Like even last season where we complained that Chelsea was doing badly, the major link and the major problem, apart from the goalkeeping and defense, was the striking position. Who is going to score the goal? Was the question everybody was asking. Who will score the goal? And the question still persists. Are they going to wait for Nkunku to return? For how long?
Well, big one there for Omidiji. The best thing for Chelsea to get at least a world-class striker like Kylian Mbappe on loan. That will speak a lot of volume for them if they are to do well this season, because they have everything, but they need a sharp, prolific striker. Good one. Now, still talking about matches over the weekend. Just give you some talk concerning Chelsea-Liverpool. That was the biggest game. A lot of games were actually played for Liverpool and Chelsea. They actually meet another day. But right now, we quickly run through La Liga and French League One. Let's look at the result of games being played, and we look at the fact that it was a fantastic performance from Real Madrid. They won their game 2-0 against Athletic Bilbao. Celta de Vigo, they lost against Osasuna. Real Betis 2, Villarreal 1. Getafe played goalless against Barcelona, while Rayo Vallecano 2 against Almeria. Sevilla lost against Valencia. You have Real Sociedad, where we have our own Sadiq Umar playing for that team against Girona. 1-1 draw. Las Palmas 1, Mallorca 1. Those are the games played over the weekend. Now, looking at Real Madrid and Barcelona, the way they've started now, it seems Real Madrid are fired up, despite the fact that the issue of goalkeeper, yes, Cote is down, injured, and we also saw that player getting injured. Don't you think that will have effect on Real Madrid right now?
definitely it will have effect considering the influence of Thibaut Courtois on that particular team. Remember, he has been a formidable force, a goalkeeper you can trust, for Real Madrid. And I know Kepa Arrizabalaga is currently on his way to Madrid, but you can't compare Kepa to Thibaut Courtois as far as Real Madrid is concerned. And, to see another player stretched out, Militao, he has also injured his ACL and will be out for at least 6 months. This is not good one for Madrid. They're just starting the season. But good thing is, you can see the fusion of young guys, young players, Jude Bellingham, Chonemi, Camavinga, Valverde, Vinicius, Rodrigo. These are the future of Real Madrid, and they are already taking the future already themselves. And the coach trusts them. You can see the likes of Toni Kroos and Modric sitting down on the bench. I know that definitely as the season progresses, they will be reintegrated back into the team because those are veterans whose experience you cannot joke with. But I'm also worried for Madrid in one particular position, and that's also the striking position. Who is going to replace Karim Benzema?
So automatically, what is happening to Chelsea is also happening to Real Madrid too, from the way you are talking. Well, good one for those matches we just highlighted. Let's look at France. French League 1 also, it has started. Matches were played. Let's quickly look at the results over the weekend, where the likes of PSG, without Kylian Mbappe, they played their game. Well, right now, they play a goal against Lorient, 1-1 against Lille between Nice. We have our own Nigerian striker, Terem Mofe, there getting an assist. Marseille 2, Reims 1, Brest 3. You have Lens 2. You have Monaco defeating Clermont 4-2 in that game. Montpellier 2-2 against Le Havre, where they have a Nigerian Akko. It was on that score sheet there for Montpellier. Nantes 1, Toulouse 2, Reims 5, Pumelin Metz in that game 5-1, while Strasbourg actually won 2-1. Well, for PSG, they actually set out the man of the month, talking about Kylian Mbappe, their best striker or best player, if I want to use that word. He didn't play that game, and now news have it that they just want to quickly bring him back to that team. Could it be because they play goalless against Lorient, Omidiji?
I don't think so. I don't know, because prior to that match, he sat out of that match because he has not trained. He has not been allowed to train with the team. But there was negotiation going on between him and his camp and that of PSG. And the statement that came out was, after negotiations, constructive ones, and discussions, he will be reintegrated back into the team. And I don't know what resolution he had. Is he still going to sign a contract extension? Is he going to fulfill some of his allowances so that when he's going in next season on free, it's not be as if PSG is losing everything? Because that is what Mbappe wants to achieve, wants to go on free to Real Madrid next season. And I find that very ridiculous. PSG has invested in you. They are paying you some of money. Let them have their ROI, return on investment. Sign a new contract. It will be guaranteed that if you sign even a 1-year contract extension, you cannot be sold to any club you are going to next season. And PSG will also make, no matter how small the profit, they will make on you. But they're trying to force himself and what he wants for the team. At times we say no player is bigger than the club, but at times I think some players definitely are bigger than the clubs.
Well, good one for French League 1. Another day for them. Let's look at Cristiano Ronaldo winning the Arab Cup there, for the fact that he was able to lead this team. He led that team to win. It was a tough one for him, even though he got injured at the end of the game. But at least they were able to do well. Al Nassr winning against Al Hilal in that game. Ronaldo leads first title at Al Nassr. At least I saw how happy he was, as if he has never won any cup before.
He's a fighter. He wants to win titles. That has been his dream. Anywhere, no matter the title, he's always willing to do the best. And remember, he scored the 2 goals for Nasri in that particular final. Even both before the extra time and during the extra time before he got himself injured. So kudos to him. He is making also statements that he's still a player at the top flight, even though he's not at the top flight as far as I'm concerned. But he can't take anything away from Ronaldo. He's hungry. His hunger for success is humongous. So for him to have won this, and also remember, he's also the highest goal scorer for this particular competition with 6 goals. So it speaks volume of his passion and his resilience to remain successful and remain at the top of football. And it's not really good with his injury, considering that the Saudi Pro League is starting very soon. Let's hope that injury is not serious. it will be a great addition again for that whenever he's back, because he's a great player any day, anytime. You can't take anything away from him. And now remember, his club has also signed likes of Sadio Begovic from Inter Milan, and so many other world-class players are currently and as replaying for them. And it's a good one. They're trying to attract attention to the Saudi Pro League. I hope they get the attention and the marketing as well as the branding they want.
Well, good one. Isaac Omidiji joining us from Niger State there. We appreciate your time with us on the show, 360 Sport. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Adede. It's a pleasure.
Okay, yes, we just have to go now, but just to give you updates concerning Chelsea and Caicedo, Chelsea agree £150 million for Brighton midfielder Moises Caicedo there. Good one, Chelsea, they've been on him, and now they got their man. Well, for Chelsea fans out there, let's see, maybe this is the striker you've been waiting for, and it can happen. And the last one says Neymar, Al Hilal reached agreement in a 2-year, €160 million deal for Neymar. He's going to Saudi Arabia for the fact that he needs to agree personal terms with them, but they have agreed on €160 million for him to join Al Hilal over there in Saudi Professional League. Well, that'll be it on 360 Sport. I'm Adeniyi Ajishafe. Thanks for watching.